Nike landed one of the rare generational, potentially billion-dollar athletes. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron, and now Caitlin Clarke. In April of this year, Caitlin signed an 8-year deal with Nike for up to $28 million. A super cheap contract they'll make a killing off of with a signature shoe. But despite winning unanimous WNBA Rookie of the Year, they've got no plans for a Caitlin Clarke shoe. Why not? Over the last few years, Nike has imploded. They are worth over $100 billion less than they were in 2021. It got so bad, people called for their CEO to be fired, so he had to step down. Is sports losing popularity? No, Adidas has done pretty well over that time despite ending their partnership with Yeezy.
Nike, an organization that got her on a bargain basement deal and is telling her, well, we're going to wait to promote you until we're done promoting Asia Wilson. And she's in the middle of all of these racial discussions that she has nothing to do with, wants nothing to do with, and then they're demonizing her fans.
Nike is sleeping on Caitlin Clarke, and fans are furious. How could the biggest name in sports overlook basketball's hottest star? Clarke has been dominating on the court, breaking records left and right, but Nike remains silent. No commercials, no promotion. What's the deal? Meanwhile, Adidas saw an opportunity and acted quickly. They're stepping in where Nike is falling short. So, what's really going on? Why is Nike missing out on this game-changing moment? And how is Adidas taking full advantage of Clarke's rise to superstardom? Let's dive in.
Caitlin Clarke has just been named the 2024 Rookie of the Year. Clarke's rookie season, it was historic. She had the most points in a rookie campaign, the most assists in any season ever, and she even messed around and got a pair of triple-doubles, something no other rookie has ever done.
Let's break down just how incredible Caitlin Clarke has been. She's not just good, she's rewriting the record books. In her rookie season, she snagged the Rookie of the Year title like it was nothing. But that's only the beginning. Clarke is packing arenas, selling out merch, and sending fans into a frenzy. Can you believe the impact she's having? She's more than just a player. She's a full-blown phenomenon, shaking up the game and changing the landscape of basketball.
Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials, we have not seen any ads, we have not seen any Caitlin Clarke merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clarke signature shoes.
Now, you might be wondering, why isn't Nike all over this? They've got the next big thing in basketball right under their nose, but they're acting like Caitlin Clarke doesn't exist. No ads, no commercials, no hype, nothing. It's like they're allergic to success. What's the deal? How can the biggest brand in sports be sleeping on the hottest star in the game right now? It just doesn't add up.
Caitlin originally signed an NIL deal with Nike when she blew up in college. She was so popular, Caitlin was the most recognized college player in the country by far, twice as much as second place Angel Reese, 4 times more than the most popular men's player. That's never happened. So when she turned pro, several shoe companies were after her. Under Armour said she'd be the face of Curry brand.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Is Nike playing some kind of long game we can't see? Or are they about to fumble the biggest opportunity in women's basketball? Stick around, because we're about to dive deep into this mystery. And trust me, you won't believe what we uncover.
Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clarke to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
Hold up, Nike's got Caitlin Clarke on their roster, but they're acting like she doesn't exist. No ads, no merch, nothing. What's the real story behind this $28 million silent treatment?
I will say that Caitlin Clarke has created more buzz around the basketball landscape and has actually transformed and revived a league that was the WNBA, and she is getting paid a measly $28 million for 8 years as opposed to Wemby's 100. I believe that Caitlin Clarke, if they would have released a signature shoe for her this season, they would have made a killing.
Let's break down this deal that's got everyone scratching their heads. Caitlin Clarke signed an 8-year, $28 million contract with Nike. Yeah, that's no small change, folks. Normally, when an athlete lands a deal like this, it comes with everything: signature sneakers, billboards, commercials, the works. But what's Nike doing? Crickets. It's like they're just sitting on this massive opportunity while the rest of the world is buzzing about Clarke's dominance on the court. What's going on behind the scenes?
There was a Nike ad for Iowa Caitlin, though it wasn't exactly pushed on the public. There has been no Nike commercial for Clarke as a pro. Let that sink in. No Caitlin Clarke commercial. She's had 4 years of being the biggest star in all of sports, driving all these television ratings. No Nike commercial.
You might be thinking, okay, but maybe they're just warming up, right?
Wrong.
Clarke's been absolutely crushing it on the court, breaking records and selling out arenas like it's no big deal. She's the hottest name in basketball right now, so where's all the hype from Nike? The silence is deafening. They've got the next big thing in sports, but it's like they're asleep at the wheel. What's holding them back?
Nike has been reluctant to take advantage of Caitlin Clarke because they have. And what I've always thought was like, man, that contract she signed seemed pretty reasonable. It's like, wow, Caitlin Clarke comes out of Iowa, and I started saying after her junior year in college, like, hey man, she's the biggest star in college sports. And then after what she did at Iowa her senior year, I started saying, hey, I think she's going to be the biggest star in sport.
Here's where things get really weird. No commercials, no ads, no merch, nothing. It's like Nike forgot they signed one of the most exciting players in the game. Can you imagine having LeBron James on your roster and not putting him in a single ad? That's basically what's happening here with Clarke. It's mind-blowing. How do you sign a star like her and not capitalize on it?
Turn pro, several shoe companies were after her. Under Armour said she'd be the face of Curry brand, Adidas, and Nike. She stayed with Nike because of how they marketed her in college, and everyone waited on news of that signature shoe. But no update. Then A'ja Wilson, who just won another MVP, announced her shoe. And a strange detail about Caitlin came out. A'ja Wilson just announced her signature shoe with Nike is on the way after beginning the process in 2023. Wilson's shoe is expected to be released spring of 2025. Under this 2-year time frame, Clarke's shoe could hit stores sometime in 2026-27. What?
Now you might be wondering, what's Nike's game plan? Some say they're putting all their chips on other players like A'ja Wilson. But here's the kicker. We might not see Clarke's signature shoe until 2026 or even 2027. That's ages away in the sports world. But hold on, is Nike playing 4D chess while we're stuck playing checkers? Maybe there's more to this strategy than meets the eye. Are they building up anticipation, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash Clarke on the world? Or have they truly dropped the ball on one of the biggest opportunities in women's basketball?
8 figures, so that could be 10 million or 99 million.
Right.
Correct? That's the 8 figures. And she's going to have her own shoe, which to me, I mean, it's genius to be able to sign her up, because think of all of the girls and women out there who loved Caitlin Clarke, going to continue to follow her in the WNBA, and they're going to want to have her shoe. Caitlin Clarke, she could have a line of shoes. That could, be workout shoes, basketball shoes, casual shoes. Yes, Marvin.
And when they come out, the Iowa women and the Iowa men are going to have Caitlin Clarke shoes, and the colorway is perfect. It's got the navy blue, the yellow, and the red for the fever. I mean,
okay.
They're going to have a great commercial.
Just when you thought Nike had fumbled their chance with Caitlin Clarke, a new player entered the arena. Adidas saw an opportunity and pounced. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about sneakers anymore. What move did Adidas make that's got the sports world buzzing?
When you're a kid, sneakers have magical powers. They can make you run faster, jump higher. I believed it, and so did my kids. Caitlin Clarke's sneakers did create magic for one lucky Iowa girl. Blake Hornstein has the story.
While Nike's been playing it cool, Adidas came in hot, recognizing Caitlin Clarke's achievements like they were handing out candy on Halloween. They stepped up and filled the promotional void that Nike left wide open, and they didn't do it quietly. They brought in the big guns. Adidas wasted no time in showcasing Clarke's incredible talent, launching campaigns, dropping collabs, and making sure everyone knew they were backing the hottest player in the game.
Being reported that Adidas global ambassador Billie Jean King did a post on her X account praising Caitlin Clarke for winning Rookie of the Year, as this sent a firestorm throughout the comments.
You know who's singing Caitlin Clarke's praises? None other than sports icon Billie Jean King. Yeah, that Billie Jean King. As an Adidas ambassador, she's out there publicly applauding Clarke for her incredible rookie season and that shiny Rookie of the Year title. Talk about a power move. Adidas pulled a major flex by having one of the biggest names in sports history hype up the hottest rookie in basketball.
Huge game, guys, for Caitlin Clarke, sinking her 86th three-pointer of the season, breaking the WNBA record for the most three-pointers by a rookie in a single season. Congratulations to Caitlin.
But Adidas didn't stop there, they saw how Clarke's Indiana Fever jersey was flying off the shelves faster than you can say three-pointer. We're talking record-breaking sales here, folks. It's like everyone and their grandma wants a piece of Clarke's success. And Adidas, they're right there ready to cash in on that star power.
Business reporter Ethan Strauss. He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clarke currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clarke dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clarke would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the case.
You might be thinking, okay, but what's the big deal? It's just another endorsement. Right, wrong, this is Adidas playing chess, while Nike's still setting up the checkerboard. They're not just slapping their logo on a rising star, they're aligning themselves with the future of women's basketball.
The average WNBA viewership, okay, game, 7,300 in attendance, okay? The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200, they come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clarke plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300. Do you know what Caitlin Clarke just got the contract from Nike?
Nike.
You know what the contract is?
I want to say it's $3 million a year for 8 to 10 years. It's almost $30 million.
Think about it. Clarke's not just winning games. She's winning hearts. She's drawing in viewers like a magnet and selling merch like it's going out of style. And Adidas? They're right there, riding that wave of popularity. It's like they found the golden ticket to the women's sports marketing factory. With a major endorsement deal under her belt, this partnership is a game changer.
And for Clarke and for women's basketball.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Adidas isn't just making a smart business move. They're shaking up the whole game. They're showing the world that women's sports aren't just a sideshow. They're the main event. And they're daring other brands to step up or get left behind.
And they're daring other brands to step up or get left behind.
Just another example about how people have fumbled the gift that is Caitlin Clarke.
You've got to wonder, is Nike watching all this and kicking themselves? Are they regretting their choice to sign Wilson over Clarke now that Adidas is stealing the spotlight? Because let's face it, Adidas isn't just selling shoes here. They're selling a vision of the future of sports. With Clarke's massive audience and electrifying presence, they're making a bold statement that women's basketball deserves the same recognition and hype as their male counterparts. It's a power play that's reshaping the landscape of sports marketing, and Nike might just be left in the dust if they don't step up soon.
A statement.
WNBA players have been saying that they just lack the support for the league to grow, and they wish other people get. This is the moment where you now can allow someone to come in and really make a change, really be a star, and bring other eyes into the sport. I don't want to see any WNBA players speak against this. This is exactly what the league. Close it. This is what you need.
The 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership. from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were to continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Now, you might think this is just another sponsorship story, but hold on, what if Clark's popularity is actually reshaping the entire landscape of women's sports? The numbers we're seeing are off the charts. We're talking about a 93% growth in WNBA ticket sales for 2024 compared to last year. That's not just a little bump, that's a full-on explosion.
The game and what some are calling the Caitlin Clark effect. Camille Gear has more from Iowa City.
I'm looking. Here's Clark. She fires. She hit it!
Ask any little girl in the stands at Carver Hawkeye. Who's your favorite player on the team? You'll get the same answer.
Probably Caitlin Clark.
Over.
Caitlin Clark.
And over again.
Caitlin Clark.
Everywhere the junior plays, attendance is up. Not by the hundreds, but by the thousands.
And it's not just about filling seats. Clark's games are pulling in over 1 million viewers. That's huge for the WNBA, where average attendance has been a fraction of that. People are calling it the Caitlin Clark effect. And it's no joke. She's not just playing basketball, she's changing the game.
It seems to me that it is more on the political side as to why Caitlin Clark is not getting the praise, the commercials, the ads, the merch, like all of the things that she should have gotten during this rookie season. Nike hasn't produced one ad or commercial featuring Clark since she turned pro, and despite a signature shoe being part of Nike's agreement with Clark, it may not be released until 2026, according to sports business reporter Ethan Strauss.
But here's where it gets really wild. This whole situation with Nike and Adidas is shining a light on some serious issues in the sports marketing world. We're talking internal politics, biases, and a boatload of missed opportunities. Fans are growing increasingly frustrated and starting to ask some tough questions. Is Nike genuinely committed to promoting women's sports? Or are they stuck in the past, clinging to outdated strategies? The contrast between Nike's radio silence and Adidas' bold moves has ignited a conversation about the importance of investing in female athletes and recognizing their contributions to the game. It's a pivotal moment that could reshape the future of sports marketing, and fans aren't going to let brands off the hook until they see real change.
The first team All-WNBA as a rookie, led all rookies in points, field goals made, assists, steals, and minutes, led all players in assists and three-pointers made. She was 4th in MVP voting. Her games got an average over 1 million viewers on TV.
It's the WNBA, you know, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business, it's how it works, and that's all that means.
So, what does this mean for the future of sports marketing? Are we witnessing a significant shift in how companies value women athletes? Adidas has recognized an opportunity and seized it with both hands. They're not just selling shoes, they're selling a compelling vision of what women's sports can be. And that vision? It's looking pretty darn bright. With brands like Adidas stepping up and championing female athletes like Caitlin Clark, we could see a wave of change that elevates women's sports to a level they've long deserved. This is more than just marketing. It's about redefining narratives, inspiring the next generation, and proving that women athletes are just as marketable, if not more so, than their male counterparts. The future of sports marketing is evolving, and it's time to get excited about what's ahead.
Now Clark's Fever are in the WNBA playoffs, and she's wearing Kobe sneakers instead of her own signature brand. In summary, Nike lucked into the marketing chance of a generation, and they're using that to advertise old product. Why is it happening this way? Now here's the money. Based on conversations with people in the know, it indeed has something to do with the WNBA MVP and Nike athlete A'ja Wilson. But beyond Wilson, it's about the culture of the company that's more concerned with quelling noise rather than making it as Nike once used to.
It's not just about Adidas and Nike. This whole situation is igniting crucial conversations about gender, race, and representation in sports. It's prompting people to question the outdated norms and practices that have long dominated the industry. Why should women athletes have to fight so hard for the recognition they deserve? Why aren't more companies eagerly stepping up to sponsor these incredible athletes who are breaking records and making history? These questions are crucial as they highlight the systemic issues within sports marketing and sponsorship. Fans and advocates are demanding change and calling for a more equitable approach that celebrates the talent and achievements of women in sports. It's time to challenge the status quo and push for a future where female athletes receive the same opportunities and visibility as their male counterparts. This is about more than just endorsements. It's about fairness, respect, and acknowledging the hard work and dedication of women athletes across the board.
Tourism officials say they have aces up their sleeve when it comes to creative marketing plans for members of the two-time defending WNBA champions.
Members of the Las Vegas Aces insist they had no idea that Las Vegas tourism leaders on Friday were set to is wanting to hire the Aces as ambassadors for the city.
Here's the thing. This could be just the beginning. If Caitlin Clark's success continues, and let's be real, it probably will, we might witness a whole new approach to marketing in women's sports. More companies could start taking risks, investing in rising stars, and truly promoting the women's leagues like never before. Clarke is opening doors, and it's only a matter of time before more brands jump on the bandwagon.
This is insanity what they're doing to Caitlin Clark. It's bad business. It's short-sighted. When this woman exits the playoffs, probably tonight, the WNBA playoffs are over.
What's next? Will other brands follow Adidas's lead? Will Nike wake up and realize what they're missing out on? Or will we see new players step into the game, ready to shake things up even more? The future is wide open, and with the rapid rise of women's sports, the stakes have never been higher. Let's wrap this up. Nike's silent treatment of Caitlin Clark is nothing short of baffling, especially when Adidas sees the moment to back her. This isn't just about sneakers anymore. It's about reshaping the narrative around women's sports, showing that they deserve the same attention, investment, and respect as their male counterparts. Adidas saw the vision, and now the question is, who else is ready to step up, or will Nike be left in the dust?
But I feel like there are so many little tweaks and little things that could be done, and I am upset for her. Honestly, I think $28 million for 8 years. Eight years is such a long time. She'll be midway, maybe, if not over halfway through her WNBA career by the time that this contract is up, and then renegotiating that and trying to get more at that point in her career. Like, this was the buzz that you should have capitalized on.
So, what's next? Will Nike wake up and give Clark the spotlight she deserves, or will they keep sleeping on one of basketball's brightest stars? Adidas saw the future, and when all in, they're not just selling shoes, they're selling a vision of what women's sports can be.
And hopefully they capitalize on it to the point where you'll have a player like Juju Watkins at USC who would leave college to go to the WNBA because the money would be great. I mean, that might be what Caitlin Clark brings to the WNBA. She's going to bring recognition. Maybe salaries go up between salaries with the NBA and the WNBA. And okay, well, if you're bothered by it, then buy season tickets.
This whole situation has people talking about more than just endorsements. It's becoming a conversation about how we truly value women athletes and what the future of sports marketing looks like. Are we witnessing a real shift in the game, where companies finally recognize the massive potential in women's sports? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, this could change the landscape in a big way.
Games got an average over 1 million viewers on TV, while the average game is $300K. A ticket for her first playoff game costs more than every other WNBA playoff game combined. And get this, the Washington Mystics recently hosted Caitlin's team, the Indiana Fever. They had to move to the Wizards Arena to accommodate all the fans and set a WNBA record for attendance. So yeah, she is that good.
One thing's for sure, Caitlin Clark is changing the game of basketball both on and off the court. Her impact goes beyond stats and wins. She's influencing the culture, shaking up the sports marketing world, and proving that women athletes deserve the spotlight. Whether brands like Nike wake up to that fact or not, Clarke is already reshaping the future of the sport.
If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we truly appreciate you sticking with us. Your support helps us bring you more great content,